All right, let's do this. To really get Supergirl, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. The original Kara-Zor-El first showed up in Action Comics number 252 way back in 1959. Most of us weren't alive back then, but if you were alive back then, thank you for tuning into my channel and knowing what YouTube is. The idea from creators Otto Binder and Al Plastino was pretty simple. Give Superman a female counterpart, expand his world, and bring in a growing audience of female readers. Her origin story is a Silver Age classic. When Krypton exploded, a single piece of it, Argo City, was miraculously thrown clear with its people surviving under a giant dome. For a while, things were okay, but then the ground beneath them started turning into deadly kryptonite. In a last-ditch effort to save his daughter, a scientist named Zor-El, who happened to be the brother of Superman's dad, Jor-El, put his teenage daughter Kara in a rocket and aimed it at the only planet he knew could save her, Earth. If you're not familiar with Zor-El, he was in the show Smallville very briefly and wasn't exactly portrayed as a loving father, at least not the loving, if not also strict parent Jor-El was to Kal. Now, I mentioned being strict because if you've ever watched Smallville, then you'll know that Jor-El was very strict with Kal-El. You know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, we gotta complete your training. And he wasn't exactly nice. He's sort of responsible for Jonathan Kent having his, famous heart attack and dying. Almost as famous as Martha and Thomas Wayne dying in an alleyway. But this version, well, it's going to be a lot different than even in the Superman movie, because James Gunn kind of put his own little twist on Jor-El there, which maybe they'll expand on in other movies, because I've got my theories on what that message actually meant, even though, at surface level, it doesn't look good. But anyways, let's get back to Supergirl. She landed on Earth years after her baby cousin Kal-El had already arrived. All of a sudden, the last son of Krypton wasn't so alone anymore. He had a family. For the first few years, Kara operated Superman's secret weapon. Training in private, mastering her powers, she took on the alias Linda D. Danvers, first living at an orphanage before being adopted by the Danvers family. If you watch the CW show Supergirl, you're very familiar with the Danvers family. While it may not have been a fan favorite or the best TV show, it definitely had its moments, and it still has what I deem one of the coolest scenes in any comic book movie or TV show ever. This moment came in season 1 where she's facing off against Red Tornado. Her struggle in this fight is real, with flashbacks to her escape from Krypton, leaving everything and everyone she'd ever known behind. It's an absolute amazing scene with the heat vision. Absolutely love it. If you haven't seen it, well, you just saw it because I just put the B-roll on. But it's so amazing. It's so good. Out of context, I don't know if it'll hit the way it hit for me, but I love that scene. Every time I see it, it strikes a little chord with me and I get a little emotional.